Hello, testing, 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 testing. Hello, everybody. We're going to work out today on some exercises about fractions, decimals, percent. This is the objective of today's session. But before we start, I'm going to send some messages about them. Let me send some information about this session. Hello everybody. I'm gonna send the information about the session of today. We're gonna talk about decimals, percent. You can start leaving your questions right now. Meanwhile, I'm organizing here some info. The idea is to work out on some exercises to remember how to operate fractions, how to operate percents, how to apply PEMDAS with fractions and percents. That's the idea of today. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to do some posting about this this review, okay? Meanwhile, you can leave your questions here. Meanwhile, I organize everything about this topic. We are going to work out in a moment about this topic. Okay, a minute please. Hello. We're organizing everything. Meanwhile, you get ready. The idea is to work out on fractions, decimals, and percents. This is the idea of today. And this is our goal. Okay, let's start. Now we're going to work out on some exercises about fractions and percents and PEMDAS. This is the idea of today. This is the idea of today's session. Let's see if everything works here. If everything is working, so I can start. Let's go to the board. I'm gonna work out first in multiplication and division of fractions. That is this question that is here. So the idea when you multiply and divide fractions is to work out on or my suggestion, my hint is to simplify before you multiply. Now, one strategy you can use when you simplify fractions is to rewrite the numbers as product of common factors. So you can simplify them better. One way that I use, let's say that I want to work out 9 over 20 times 25 over 36. So option 1 is that you identify common factors between one numerator and one denominator and perform the division. For example, here I can divide 9 and 36, both can be divided by 9, right? So I can divide by 9. So I got 1 here and I got 4 here. And on this side I have 20 and 25. So, hello. And I can divide by 5, 25. So I got 5 here. I can divide by 5, this 20. I got 4 here. And the answer is just going to be multiplying 1 times 5 over 4 times 4. And this is going to give you 5 over 16. Okay, so that will be the first idea of how to convert this number into a fraction, okay, to perform this division. This is the option number 1 to do it. Option number 2 to do it is that you rewrite each number as the product of two numbers, so you can cancel the factors, right? So let's see this example. So I'm going to rewrite 9. Okay, maybe I don't need to rewrite 9 because I can rewrite 36 as a multiplication by 9. So I can put 9 over, but I can rewrite 20 as 4 times 5, right? Times, I can rewrite 25 as 5 times 5. And 36, I can rewrite it as 9 times 4. So this is exactly what I did first. So I'm going to simplify this 5 with this 5, common factors, this 9 with this 9, and the answer is going to be 5 over 4 times 4, that is 16. Right? Now, so I get it as a fraction, 5 over 16. As a decimal, this answer complicates a little bit because it's a 16 here. And what I'm going to do is just to know that if I multiply 4 times 25, I got 100, right? So I can multiply 4 times 25, I got 100. So I can multiply by 25 again to get another 100. So it means that I have to multiply by 25 by 25. I don't know if it's clear what I'm going to do. So it's like times 25 times 25. That will become this as 100. And if I again multiply by 25, I don't know what is the answer in the denominator. But if I multiply again times 25, I'm going to get 100 here. So 100 times 100 is going to be 10,000. Okay? And now, so I just need to multiply 5 times 25 times 25. So you just need to multiply the three numbers. So here 5 times 25. So this is 16 times 25. 16 times 25 times 25 is 10,000. And here is just 5 times 25 times 25. So I just need to operate these two. Okay, these three numbers. So I'm gonna do it here. 5 times 25. 5 times 25 is 125. So I just need to multiply 125 times 25. Choose the best method you want to operate this. I'm gonna use distributive property, but you can use any method to do it. 2 times 100, 20 times 125 is going to be it should be 250. So 2500 plus and 500 625. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 2, 10, 12. Yes. So I just need to add these two. That would be 3,125. Yes. So, I mean, I suggest you to perform the operation. Maybe I made a mistake. I don't know if I did it wrong or not. I'm just going to multiply. The multiplication of these three numbers is going to give you 3,125 over 10,000. And you may ask, how can I convert this as a decimal? Remember that if I have a power of 10, it means a division. I just need to move the decimal point. So I need to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4 points to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the left. So the answer is going to be, essentially, I'm using orange, right? So the answer is going to be 3,125. That will be decimal 4. And if I want it as a percent, if I want it as a percent, I just need to multiply by 100 the decimal, right? So if I multiply by 100, I just need to move the decimal point twice to the right. So it's going to be 31.25. Remember to put the percent. So this is the idea when you operate the fractions. So remember to cancel common factors first. Then if you want to convert it as decimal, just try to multiply by numbers to get a power of 10 as denominator. Okay, if you put the power of 10, then you can convert it as a decimal. Okay, that will be the first part when you multiply a decimal. Now, what happens if you divide by a decimal? When you multiply fractions. What happens if you divide by fractions? Like the question that appears here. If you divide fractions, what you need to do is to multiply by the reciprocal. A division is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm just going to transform this division into a multiplication. 16 over 21 times, and I'm going to put the reciprocal of this fraction. That it means that I'm going to switch numerator and denominator. 42 and 40. And I'm going to apply the same method. If you prefer the method of dividing by common factors is okay. Or maybe you can use the method of rewrite this as a multiplication of two numbers. So for example, tell me in the comments, how can I write 16? How can I write 42? How can I write 21 and 40 to perform the division, the multiplication? How can you multiply it? For example, 16 as the multiplication of two numbers. I can rewrite 16 as what? Let's see if somebody comments here. Okay. 16 could be, for example, I can rewrite it as, let's say 8 times 2 is 16. 21 could be written as 7 times 3, right? 42 can be written as, okay, 4 times 4 as well could be. 42 can be written as 7 times 6, for example. 7 times 6. And 40 can be written as 8 times 5, for example. Now look at that here. I can cancel out this 8 with this 8. I can cancel out this 7 with this 7. And look at that, I can divide this 6 by 3. 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. So as you can see, this division becomes 2 times 2 divided 5. So 4 over 5. 4 over 5 will be the fraction. Now I want to get the decimal. So if I want to get the decimal, I can see that someone is telling what if we did a different process. What will be the different process? Because many processes can be applied. Now, if you want to convert it as a decimal, I'm going to get the power of 10. So I have 4 over 5. So to convert it as a decimal, I need to multiply times 2. Amplify times 2. So it will be 8 over 10. 8 over 10, if I perform the division, will be 0.8. So the decimal is 0.8. And if I multiply by 100, it's going to give me 80. So it's going to be 80%. So this is how you can operate decimals. This is how you can, operate fractions, how you perform the division of fractions, and how you can, after the division of fractions, convert it to decimal or percent. Okay? So this is the idea when you operate decimals and fractions. Okay, they're gonna send me a message to see the process. Now, I suggest you that even that you apply any process, I suggest you to first divide by common factors, because if you don't divide by common factors, then maybe you're gonna get problems when you multiply. Imagine to me multiplying 16 times 42 and 21 times 40. The time is gonna take me. And after I multiply these two, simplify these two factors, it's gonna take me a long time. Actually, when you write this form, the multiplication, what you're doing is writing the multiplication that you're going to do and simplify before applying the multiplication. This is the idea, that you simplify before applying the multiplication. This is why I suggest you to simplify first. Now, let's see another example. I like to work out this one that says 6.52 times 8 minus 7.8 divided by 3. And the idea of this exercise is that you work out PEMDAS. You know that you work out term by term. So first you need to identify the terms. First identify the terms, and after you identify the terms, you need to work out on the operation, on the addition or the subtraction. So what I'm going to do first is to work out each term. This is going to be the first term, look at, and this is going to be the second term. Okay, so I have to work out each term first. Do not go from left to right operating and subtracting. Work out each term. How do you know that you have a term? All the operations that are between an addition sign. This is a term, this is a term. Here you have two terms. Okay? And now I'm going to operate these two terms, and the answer I'm going to subtract it. Okay? This is the idea. So first I'm going to do let's say that I'm going to call term 1 and term 2. So I'm going to do term 1 here, and I'm going to do term 2 here. So I need to operate 6.52 times 8. So I'm just going to multiply these numbers. Remember that if you multiply by a decimal, just multiply the number, and then put the number of decimals. So in this case, you have two decimal places. So I'm going to multiply the number. The answer must have two decimal numbers. Which chat? Which chat should I check? 8 times 2, 16. 1. 8 times 5 is 40 and 141. 4. 8 times 6 is 48 and 4, 52. So the answer here is 52.16. Look at that, I put the answer, and then as I have two decimal places, I'm going to move two decimal places. That will be the first answer. And here I need to do 7.8 divided by 3. So I can apply long division if I want. 7.8 divided by 3. And now I'm going to divide 7.8 divided by 3. How to divide it? So I'm going to divide by long division. 7 divided by 3 is going to be 2. 2 times 3, 6. To 7, 1 left. So I got 18. I keep the decimal place. 2. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 6. So the answer of this operation is going to be 2.6. Oh my God. I'm sorry. So the answer is going to be 2.6. And now I have term 1 minus term 2, so I just need to do the subtraction of these two, right? So I'm just going to subtract. Look at that, I can do it term by term. Term by term. So I can do 52 minus 2, that is 50. 50 plus, and I have let's use red, 16 minus 60. You see, this is 60. 16 minus 60. So it's not going to be plus, it's going to be minus. Minus. And 16 minus 60 is going to be 44. So 0.44. Okay. Entonces, so now I'm going to do the subtraction. 50 minus 0.44 is going to be 49. And what completes the 50.00 is going to be 66, 49.66. That will be the decimal form, 49.66. Okay? Now, maybe you prefer to do it in column form. It's okay. Just be careful of which one has the highest distance. In this case, the highest distance is the 52, so there's no problem. You can do it in column form just by putting 52.16 minus 2.60. So you can use column form to subtract. 6 minus 0, 6. It's 56. It's 56. Not 66, 56. 11 minus 6, 5. And 51 minus 2, 49. Okay, so this is the idea. Now, I want it as a percent. So if you want it as a percent, you just need to multiply by 100. Okay? You just need to multiply by 100. Guys, I don't want to block anybody who's not using proper language there, okay? So 49.56%. So you just multiply by 100, you get 49.56, 4,956%. And as a fraction, you just need to write it as a fraction. I'm gonna do it on one side here. I have two decimal places, so it means that it's 49.56, 4,956, and as I has two decimal places, it will be over 100. So just need to simplify. You can simplify dividing by 2, right? So I'm going to divide by 2. 2,478. And I can divide by 2 this one to get 50. I can divide again by 2, so I'm going to divide again by 2. By 2. So I got 25 here. And here I'm going to divide by 2, so 1,200. The 7 divided by 2 is 3, but there is 1 left. And 39. 1,239 over 25. 25 is divisible by 5 only, and 1,239 is not divisible by 5. So my answer is going to be 1,239 over 25. Okay? So this is how you convert values by applying PEMDAS. So we're applying PEMDAS. Let's continue working with PEMDAS. Let's see if there is another exercise about PEMDAS here, in which we can apply a step-by-step process. Let's see, give me a minute. I'm waiting for, see here, there is information. Let's see if I can see something new. Now, so this is the idea. So apply PEMDAS, apply operations with decimals. Here is, for example, I'm going to choose one of these of PEMDAS. Let's say that I'm going to do this one, okay? And that's it. And that's it. Now, so remember, if you're going to apply PEMDAS, identify terms. Look at this is one term. It's separated by a addition sign. Look at the other term. This is the other term. Why? Because it's between addition signs. Let's find the other term. Let's find the other term. Yes, what happened? What you need help to? This is the other term. Look at that. Here I have 3 terms, right? So I have to work out each term and then perform the operations per term. But look at that. I have 3 terms. I don't have 1 term. I have 3. I can find them because they are separated by addition or subtraction signs. This is applying PEMDAS. So when you apply PEMDAS, remember that the last part of PEMDAS is addition and subtraction. So I need to identify first what is in between additions or subtractions to operate. So I'm going to focus on term number 1. Term number 1 is 3/5. So there's nothing much to do. I'm going to keep it as a fraction. Maybe later, if I need it as a percent or as a decimal, I'm going to convert it. But so far, I'm not going to do anything else. The second term, it's going to be 5.2 divided by 2. Remember that I'm subtracting these 2. So I need to perform 5.2 divided by 2. Maybe if you want to perform long division, it's okay. I'm not a quite fan of long division, but it's highly used. So I'm going to divide 5.2 divided by 2. Now to apply long division, I just need to divide 5 by 2. It's going to be 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2, 5. It's 1. So I'm going to put the 1 here. 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And I just need to carry on the decimal point. So the answer is 2.6. And I'm going to work out plus the term 3. That is all this information that it's here. A third of 2 minus 5 to the second power times 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is going to be this value that is here. That is -3. So a third times -3 to the second power. -3 to the second power. -3 to the second power is -3 times -3. So -3 times -3 is going to be +9. So what I got here is 1/3 times +9. I can put over 1 and divide. 9 divided by 3, 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. So the answer of this term is going to be 3. So to sum up, as you can see, here is a decimal, here is a fraction, here is a whole. So I need to put the 3 on the same representation. So let's put it in decimal. So to put this one in decimal, I just need to multiply by 2. What do you need help for? 6 over 10. 6 over 10 is just 0.6. Remember that I divided by 10. I moved the decimal point once to the left. So it's going to be 0.6. So essentially what I have to do is 0.6 minus 2.6 plus 3. Now 0.6 minus 2.6 is going to be negative 2 plus 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Now, I wanted to put it as a fraction. So essentially, in this case, fraction representation is 1 and is equal to decimal representation that is 1. Maybe if you want to put 1.0, it's okay. And percent is just multiplying 1 times 100. That is going to be 100%. Okay, you cannot see it because my face is there, but it's 100%. But observe how to apply PEMDAS. Observe how to apply PEMDAS. You must separate it in terms, and after you separate it in terms, work out each term, and after you work out each term, then you can have your answer. You can have your answer. This is the main idea of operating decimals. This is the main idea of operating fractions. I'd like to know if there's any other question that you want me to work out, you want me to review before the end of today's review. Okay, I'm going to work out 1%, right? I want to get the 20% of 159 or the 35% of 71 or 69% of 500, any of these actions. Now, if you want to work out percents, you can do it as fractions or as decimals. You choose the best representation for you, the best option for you. Now, let's say that I'm going to work out as decimal. Let's say that I'm going to work out as decimal. So if I want to work out as decimal, 20% is going to be 0.20, that is the decimal, or 0.2 times 159. How to multiply this integer by this decimal? Multiply the numbers, 2 times 159, and remember that the answer must have one decimal place. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 159. 2 times 100 is 200. 2 times 50 is 100, so it's 300. 318. So 318. But I need one decimal place, so it will be 31.8. That will be 0.2 times 159. Or maybe you want to work out using other representation, maybe fractions. So fractions will be 0.2 or 20% is going to be 2 over 10 or 1 over 5, right? This is 20%. So it means that I need to take 159 divided by 5. That will be as a fraction, right? And I just need to multiply by 2 here to get the decimal representation by 2. If I multiply by 2, I get 318 over 10. That in decimal is 31.8. Okay, you choose which one is the representation you prefer. Sometimes it's better to use the representation of percent. Sometimes it's better to use the representation of fraction. For example, here I can put 35 over 100 times 71 over 1, and I can simplify to get my answer. So for example, I can simplify. Fifth part of 35 is 7. Fifth part of 100 is 20. So 7 times 71, it's gonna give you 497 over 20. Okay, you decide the best representation you can use. Now, but I wanted to see it as a decimal. So you can multiply just by 5 to get the answer. So I got 100 here. Multiply these two. 5 times 4, 197. 5 times 7, 35. 3 left. 5 times 9, 45. And 3, 48. 4 left. 4 times 5, 20. And 4, 24. And as is 100, I move the decimal point twice to the right. 24.85. Okay, so this is how you can work out with fractions and decimals. Okay, you decide how. You decide which one is the best for you. This is ideas of how you can get the best out of each work. And finally, because my computer is telling me to stop. I'm sorry. Now, finally, we're going to see a problem solving using the strategy of POLIA of known unknown, formulate the expression, solve an answer. Now, identify the data. Look at the data here. Let's see. It says earns this money per month. Pays 700 in rent. And I want the percent of the salary he spends in rent. So I'm going to put the known. I know $2,100. That is salary or earnings or whatever you want to put. So I'm gonna put salary. Salary. Okay. And now I'm going to put $700. That is rent. Rent cost or price. So $700. And the question, I'm gonna put it P, is percent of salary in rent. Now, formulate the expression, and the equation is that you must tell how you can convert this information into an expression, okay? So I'm going to convert this information into the percent, or how can I get the percent with this information? Now, the percent is just a fraction, so eventually what I need to do is just to take the fraction of the salary that is rent. So rent cost over salary, and this answer times 100%. This is gonna give me the percent. This is the idea. And now in solve an answer, I just need to solve an answer. So to solve an answer, I'm just going to put these in numbers. So the numbers are $700 over $2,100 times 100%. Observe that I can divide here by 100, and I can divide here by 7, right? 1 and 3. So I got 1/3 times 100%. Now you can see that this is 100 over 3%. And we can leave it this way. Or as a mixed number, you can perform the division to put it as a mixed number. So you can put 33 and 1/3%. In any case you want it. You decide the best option. I can put it 100/3% or 33 and 1/3%. This is the best option for you. You choose which one is the best option to work out each problem. Okay, everybody? So I hope that this time helps you to understand a little bit more about fractions, about decimals, how to operate them, how to apply PEMDAS when we have fractions and decimals. And using this information, you can understand also how you can solve problems with decimals and percent. See you in the next video. See you in the next information that we have about fractions, decimals, and percent. I don't know if there's any extra question before I leave. I hope there's not. There's no question here. There is no question here. Okay. So I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day and study math. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.